can't believe I gotta have this
If
conversation.
he don't win this year, he's a bum.
What? No, that's a Hall of Fame terrible take right there.
No, it's not. It's true. It's so true.
What?
Boy just choked. Straight women booty and let the ball go.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
LeBron James
puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound box. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Irving and Curry. One-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
Oh, yeah, but we'll get to explaining and debating in a second. What is up, everybody? 3 and a possible, fellas. We basically made it. NBA is back on Tuesday. We got big-time games, which means we got to give you big-time preview for the season now that the season is just right around the corner. Devion, good to have you back, my man.
You know it.
Yeah, do we have that whole allergy thing figured out here? We good?
Yeah, it wasn't even an allergy thing. It was something else. It was like it's just real rare that what happened to me. I ended up getting like a virus. Like was no medicine you can get. You just, and I think I got it from my kid because if he kisses, you can get it. And then you just got to let it pass for 7 days. So this is the first. Yesterday was the first time I left my house for 7 days.
Damn.
That shit was terrible. Yeah. House.
Well, nonetheless, we are glad to have you back. We did miss your top 10 players from last week, so we're going to give you the opportunity here to try and make a better list than what Joe or I did. Really better than me because we already know that my list clears Joe's easily. But and happy birthday, Joe! It is your birthday, so I should be nice. I should be nice. 45.
You don't have to be nice. That you ain't gonna be fake. 40. What? 40. Put that 31, man. That's
I stole Devion's joke and threw it on here.
I don't care. And double down on it.
Hey man,
colonize this joke.
But I mean, we black, so we used to white people stealing stuff, so it's all good. You walked right into that one, bro. You walked right into that.
3 minutes. Okay, we on it.
All right, Devion, give us your top 10. Give us your top 10. We started at 10, went to 1. So if you could at least, follow the same order that we did, that would be fantastic.
All right, I got Shy at 10, Luka at 9, Booker at 8, Steph 7, LeBron 6, KD, Tatum, Embiid, Jokic, Giannis.
Whoa. Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. Actually,
I get because it probably should have been Jokic number 1. If you want to put him 1, it's cool because he was a NBA champion. I just think Giannis is better than him.
I thought you put Embiid in front of Jokic for a second.
No,
I was about to say.
But he's runner up for MVP, so I gotta put him 3. It's just like you gotta give him some type of respect, whether you believe it or not. It's like
going to the finals 2 out of 4 years doesn't deserve any respect. That just means nothing to you. You had him in your top 10 last year, and you take my man Jimmy out off of a finals run. That's all right, Devion.
Kenny Smith been there twice too, bro.
Hey man, I think he like 11, 12.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see.
I right there, 11, 12, 11, 12.
To the Western Conference.
He damn sure ain't 3. That's what he's not.
It's what we think. It's what we think they go be this upcoming
That's fine.
season.
Facts.
I'm cool with you guys thinking. You know what? The one thing I really have a hard time squaring, Devion.
Top 10 players going into the season.
You know what I have a hard time with, Devion? Yeah. Joe is somehow higher on Jimmy Butler than you. Joe at least had him in the top 10.
Did I? I did. Yeah, you gotta give him respect for that. Yeah, he did. I did.
Like regular season, he just.
I don't know if I had Luka in there. I think I took Luka out. Like you got
you had Luka.
I really want to put Luka in there. That was one of the people I was struggling with putting in, but I'm just like, he got regular season.
I think I put him at 10.
Yeah,
I definitely had Devin Booker.
Yeah, regular season killer. So like during the playoffs and like NBA finals runs and all that, Jimmy gonna be like top 5 in my list. I just don't rate him regular season Jimmy because he really don't give a fuck. He just out there getting into the playoff on cruise mode, and then when it's time to turn up, he top 5 in the league.
I think it's crazy that none of us.
He was top 4 in all advanced metrics last year in the regular season. I just want to throw that out there. Win shares, score, all those things. But go ahead, Joe.
I'm surprised none of us had Anthony Edwards in there.
I did. I had him 9.
You had 9? Okay.
It was between him and Shaw.
I
just don't got faith in Minnesota. I think Minnesota go fuck up his.
They gonna ruin him.
Yeah, because like if he wasn't on Minnesota, had to play with like Cat and all that, I think he'd be able to shine a little bit more and it'd be a little easier to see how good he
would be close to a top 5 player if he was just with a competent organization.
But ain't nobody paying no attention to him. Like it's hard to see with all that crybaby shit going on over there. So and shine a perfect situation.
Like, I mean both young, budding players. So no, I don't have too much hate for that. But let's talk about, speaking of young players, let's get to our predictions for this upcoming season. We're going to start with probably the easiest one, Rookie of the Year. We'll see if anyone here is bold enough to not choose Wemby. Joe, I have a feeling you might be. So, Joe, go ahead.
I'm taking Scoot Henderson. And I just think, I'm telling you, all I got to do if it's close, one, because Dame gone, the impact, the media vote. So you got to put that into account. Dame is gone. If he can keep them afloat and just play decent, they're going to put that whole thing in there of the whole offseason, not knowing if you're going to have Dame, and you kept that organization afloat if you have a good season. Well, when you look at Wemby, they're going to protect Wemby in everything they can, bro. They're going to protect Wemby in everything he can, and I don't think Wemby going to make 65 games. I don't think he's playing 65 games his first season, so he's not going to be eligible for the Rookie of the Year.
Well, for injury?
Okay.
Then you gonna get hurt.
Okay.
And load management. I don't care what you say, they still gonna find a way to load manage his ass.
I mean, he's not gonna fit any of the criteria because he's not an all-NBA player. He's not an all-star player. So
there's a loop. Yeah, he's not an all-star player. Is he an all-star? He's not an all-star player.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
This is the only year that
not made any of. So he hasn't.
This is the only year they can do it.
Any of those things. So yeah, I could.
He's not playing 60. He's not playing 65 games.
Man, he gonna play 65. School, they gonna be number 13, number 14.
Yeah, okay. But don't mean you can't be a Rookie of the Year. You can win Rookie of the Year on a losing team. You can win 23 games and be the Rookie of the Year.
That requires the other rookies though to not do very well.
Okay, Scoot. I mean, the Spurs ain't winning 35 games.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They gonna win more games than.
I'm not saying they're not.
Are you doing the safe bet and picking Wemby here?
Yeah, crazy.
Because if it's close, like for real, if it's close, Wemby go get it just by being a Spur. Like you gotta realize, like the media love the Spurs, so if they get any type of, you know what I'm saying, you know how much he gonna have to really beat him by for it to be like a clear favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you gotta remember, they gonna go off favoritism, who they like. Organization they like, that's pop.
Yeah, it's exactly what you.
Or they gonna be like, oh, he's 6'5" and he has the greatest coach of all time. Obviously, it was easier for him than it was for Scoot.
Man, he's 7'4", bro.
You know what I meant? Whatever.
I'm just saying he's 7'4" with the greatest coach of all time, and the Spurs. The Spurs.
I'm gonna tell you. I'll put it like this: it doesn't matter where he went. The hype that he was coming in with, as long as he just doesn't flop. Like as long as he just is like 16, 10, and a couple blocks, like it's his.
Did Zion win Rookie of the Year?
Zion got hurt.
He got hurt.
Qualify.
Sorry, his wife. Yeah.
Just saying.
If he gets hurt, that's one thing. But
did Joel Embiid win Rookie of the Year?
But he didn't play. He
finally played.
The first 9 seasons of the year.
When he finally played.
I don't remember.
I don't think he did.
Ben Simmons did.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons did.
Yeah, but
set out thing. So I'm also going to go Wemby. I think
Chet Holmgren is available.
That's what I was going to say. I think the one to pay attention to is Chet Holmgren, just because I don't think you should discount. I don't think you should discount being with an NBA team for a full year. Even though he still qualifies as a rookie because he didn't play last year, he got NBA training for an entire year. and coaching and all that. So I think that is an underrated element.
Yeah, he'll be number 2
because
he is gonna be number 2.
Because we saw it happen with Blake, right? Like Blake Griffin, he set out that 1 year, and like you could tell, he just came and he was much more polished and ready to go immediately. So, Joe, the one thing I'll give you,
he got shy. He got a lot more like players that they gonna be paying attention to on his team. Like he goes, like
you're saying, like I want to watch
Dort. Yeah, got a lot.
People gonna want Dort, man. Dort ain't playing more than him. Look, Dort ain't gonna play more than him. They go slowly.
They ain't here for the defense. Oh yeah, slowly, but Dort needs there at the first. Yeah, Dort will be in there in the fourth quarter if they win.
Joe, I'll give you one thing for your Scoot pick. The one thing I think you've got the ability of shock factor, right? Everyone's hyping Wemby.
Right.
If Scoot comes in and just like hits the ground running, dropping 30 points and 25 points, and he's doing that consistently, you'll get a little shock factor in media narrative building there. Also, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Another media award that, rarely goes to the people that we think it should go to, but nonetheless, we'll make a prediction on it. MVP. Same thing we did last year, fellas. Who do you think is going to win the actual award when voted on at the end of the year? And then who do you think should deserve it at the end of this upcoming year? Joe, I'll let you kick this one off.
Giannis. And I'm going off the narrative based alone. I'm going with Giannis because this is what's going to happen. Giannis told the Bucks, I want to win a championship. Y'all need to go out there and act like y'all want to win a championship too. They go out there and get Dame. Giannis going to come out dominant and put his foot on everybody's throat this year. And that narrative of, hey, he called his shot in the summer and he was dominant all season, I think that's a hard narrative to beat. I'm going to take Giannis because we already know he's going to do what he's going to do. And then the fact that he has Dame with him, he's going to have the record alongside his name to say, okay, he deserved to be MVP. And he's going to have better stats than Dame. So you're going to say, okay, yeah, you can take away a little bit because he has Dame there. But you're going to say, but still, he was so dominant in what he did and how good they were immediately. I don't think there's going to be any struggles early on at all. So that's why I'm going to pick Giannis to win MVP.
And then you'll double down and say he will deserve it as well?
Yeah, because I think he's going to be that dominant. I think he's about to come out here and show y'all something.
That will average 30 and 12.
I never have any hate for Giannis. So.
Just like when he won the finals and went 21 from 21 to the free throw line, I think he's going to come out like that. Like, hey, all the critics, y'all was making fun of me for going to the Elijah Wine to work on my post game and everything. I'm traveling in preseason. Okay, just wait and see. Just wait and see. He gonna throw that shit out the window when the regular season starts. He just gonna play ball.
Oh man, we'll see.
Devion, what about you?
Giannis. So I'll go on based on who I think gonna have the most, impactful season. Plus, who I think the Milwaukee Bucks gonna win it all. So, and you can't. So this year with Dame on there, you ain't gonna be able to double team him as much. So like, if you can't double team him and they spread the floor out, like you can't stop him from getting to the paint. So now if you're going to double team him, they're gonna kick it out to Dame, and you got Middleton. They're gonna be sharpshooters, especially Dame. And you gotta guard Dame from the half court on. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be Giannis already pissed off. They feel like people ain't giving him respect. He said he don't feel like winning. The narrative, he might leave. He don't do it. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like it's just set up for him to win it. And he the type of player, if it's set up for him to win, he gonna take it. So it ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like Jokic is like, I know they probably gonna want him to get it. Jokic is like overall, I think is a more skilled player than like probably 95% of the NBA. But realistically, Giannis is gonna be the most dominant person no matter who's on the floor with him, especially when you can't double team him. So I don't know. I'm on that Giannis hype train too. Him and Dame. I think they just.
So you're going with he will win it and will deserve it as well.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be dominant. 30 and 12. 30 and 12 for the season.
And
5, like real shit. And he gonna shoot 50%. He gonna shoot 50%, 55%. For real, why?
56. Yeah,
like you can't stop. He can dunk without jumping. Like what you gonna do?
So I don't think Giannis will get it. I don't hate that he should get it. I think Jokic is going to get it. I think following the championship, I think there's going to be a conversation like he probably should have won it last year, but they had the fatigue. He didn't do anything in the playoffs a couple years before when he did win it, blah, blah, blah. Embiid keeps not getting it, blah, blah, blah. I think Embiid has zero shot of getting it this year.
Yeah.
Kind of in the same way that Jokic was not going to get it last year because it's too many flameouts and people are kind of done, I think, with the 76ers just in general. So I don't think he's going to get the love for it. I could see Giannis getting it, but I think it'll be Jokic. I think they're going to roll again. That offense is just unstoppable with those two on there. Those two meaning Jokic and Jamal Murray. And fresh off the finals, I think that's a narrative that is going to be pretty easy for the media to go into. We'll start hearing some all-time great type conversations like, where does Jokic fall all time, blah, 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 blah. We'll start hearing that. Can they repeat, blah, blah, blah. I think he would be a deserving winner.
I already hear that.
I think Giannis is a better answer in terms of just MVP. I think Jokic is that much better than Giannis, but I think in terms of what Giannis will do for the Bucks, I think it'll be a little more than what Jokic will do for the Nuggets. So I'm with you guys on Giannis will deserve to get it. I just think Jokic is going to get it.
Yeah, you can't get mad at that because it is the media. Like if it was up to them, Jokic would have won it the last 3 years in a row. If it was really up to them, they would have let him win it 3 years in a row.
I mean, I think there's a good argument for him to have won it the last 3. Like dude's amazing. Like I'm not trying to discount what Jokic does. You're splitting hairs between like a Jokic and a Giannis. I think Embiid deserves to be nowhere near that conversation.
But
I got to prove it to me first.
A lot more empty calories with Embiid than with those two. Like I think every statistic, counting stat that Jokic and Giannis give you are always meaningful. I just don't always feel that way with Embiid. He has his games where they are, but there's also just too many games where it's just like, okay, he ends up with 20-something, but the game was over in the second quarter, and it's just like, all right, what do we do with this?
You think Boston gonna have the Boston team gonna have an impact on not Embiid, but Giannis winning? Because if the media thinks that Boston can get them out of there quick, or the Milwaukee get upset, they might not give it to him. But if they think it can overcome that hump, they might give it to him. That's like kind of like how I think they might think.
It's
depends on how close they are in the beginning.
I didn't want to go back to back picking the same player as who I think will actually win it, but I think Tatum is always a good pick for someone the media might vote for to win the MVP.
He'll be top 3 this year. He'll be top 3 for sure.
If Boston gets the 1 seed, especially with the narrative of Dame going to Milwaukee,
he gonna win it.
They love to give the Celtics some fucking awards. So
what happened to Luka? I thought Luka was gonna be top 3. Wasn't he top 3 last year? Supposed to be. What happened with Luka?
You know how I feel about Luka.
Talking about Tatum.
They got one team.
Saying everybody last year.
And one team.
Oh yeah, everybody was all over Luka. Everyone was all over Luka winning it.
Luka, they didn't get better. Boston got way better. Like, you know what I'm saying? They really got way better. Mavs are the fucking thing. Ain't nobody even talked about them the whole offseason. Didn't mention them.
For a reason.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Y'all wanna do East or you wanna do West first?
Let's do East first. I feel like that's easy, the quickest.
All right. We're gonna start with the East. This is how they will finish, not necessarily how we think of them in terms of power ranking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking into account age of teams, who's going to miss games, blah, 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 right? So, Joe, I'll not talk about what you did last year. What you got?
We ain't got to talk about it. Sometimes you got to make a take. No one cares about your previous take. They only care about the ones you get right. No one cares about the ones you got wrong.
All right.
You ain't got to bring up my failures. How we want to do this? First to last?
Yeah, we'll go first. 1 through 10. So 1 down to the play-in teams.
All right. Obviously, the Bucks, Giannis, Dame. That's easy. 2, the Celtics. They made the second most moves in the East. I got to give them the respect for that. Then I'm going to go 76ers, even with the James Harden situation. They got Embiid, the MVP. I like what Maxi's gonna be able to elevate. They still got the core. They got the coach, Nick Nurse. I think they'll be just fine. Maybe this year. I don't know what the future is. Fourth, I'm gonna go with the Cavs. I like what they did. I don't know if they can sustain it in the playoffs, but I know in the regular season they'll be there. Fifth, I'm gonna put the Heat just because they're the only team that didn't make any real big moves or I just didn't get better. I know they got farther, but everybody else really tried to get better. So I'm just gonna put them in the 5 spot. And Jimmy's not gonna play that well in the regular season. He's gonna save it for the playoffs. 6, I'll put the Knicks because they are better, but still they the Knicks, so they ain't gonna get that much hype. 7, I'll put the Pacers just because they just missing a couple pieces, and I don't have faith in that organization to put more around Halliburton. 8, I'll put the Hawks just because they the Hawks, and they just plateaued. I need to just blow that thing up and rebuild. 9, I'll put the Pistons. I think they're gonna continue to get better. They got a lot of young core pieces. That defense is legit. They just need to put up more points. And then 10, I will put the Bulls just because.
Yeah, just throw somebody in there. No matter.
Yeah, exactly. Real talk. Just throw somebody in there. Literally, I was like DeMar DeRozan, and I don't know. I give them some respect. They was decent last year. I don't until Lonzo got hurt. Like, yeah, seriously. It's not gonna be the Hornets with the Miles Bridges situation. So shit, I had to throw some. The Magic. I do like the Magic. They're probably one of the top 5 teams I would watch if we did a League Pass thing right now. Like your top 5 teams to watch on League Pass, they would be on there, but. They still too young and not ready, so Bulls, I'll throw them in there. That's it.
All right, Devion, what you got?
All right, so like our first 3 the same. Milwaukee. Boston made the most, and it's a lot of pressure on Tatum. You know, I know every year we say we think he gonna live up to hype, but even if he don't, he's still like that good to where. We might be disappointed with him, but dude's still cold. So, Philly, I got it on Philly. I think they're going to win games. I don't think James Harden's going nowhere. I don't think nobody wants him. And the trade package will be so terrible. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, who the fuck's going to pay him $40 million a year to go maybe play? I think that organization.
First and Terrence Mann.
You hear me? They not, and I would never do that. So you know what I'm saying. So I think they stuck with each other. They gonna figure it all out by it. You know, he might miss a couple of games and they be good. Cleveland, I don't really want to put him there, but like Donovan Mitchell, he just know how to win a lot of regular season games. And they good together. They mesh well together in the playoffs. I ain't gonna be so hung up on them. So, but they gonna win a lot of regular season games.
QG. Second season together too at that core, so that should
it's gonna be a lot more fun to watch them than watching him on Utah. I'm just trying to get that Utah taste out my mouth still, like how you know what I'm saying. So after this year, I might change a little bit, but
I get it.
I got them.
The French don't use deodorant, so that stank stay with you for a minute. That's a Rudy Gobert joke.
Oh yeah, we got the Rudy slander about to come. I got 5 days after the season starts to do the Rudy slander. I'm on his ass. So 5, I'm being real. 5, Miami. They just go float in between there. Like Jimmy, I ain't gonna say he gonna have good. Jimmy just not gonna score a lot. That's it. Jimmy just not gonna have 30 points a game like we think he should. But they go float really between like 4 and 6. Be honest with you, they're gonna float right in between that, and then they're gonna be a.
Their seeding depends on how many games do you believe Jimmy, Bam, Hero play.
Yeah.
That's where their seeding comes from.
For real.
If they're all in the around 60, then they're not gonna flirt with the top dogs in that conference.
Real shit.
Even if they played, they might not flirt with them in. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna fuck you up with this. Brooklyn Nets. I think the Nets go actually.
Ooh, I tripped.
Yeah, I know.
I like
we
that.
be forgetting about them.
Sure
damn, I would have put them up there too. I tripped on that.
They got a chance, low key, to be top 4. Just depends on how they play because after what I just saw what they did last year, I'm like
facts, bro. I'm taking the Hawks out and I'm putting the Nets.
Yeah, that's why
Nets at 8.
You
Fuck the Hawks. I'm taking the Hawks out. Put the Nets at 8. I lied. Yeah. I take that back.
Pacers number 7. You know, I'm my guy Halliburton. I just don't like the organization. Like they got good players. I just don't know if they
organization's a mess.
Yeah, like that's it. I don't know if they're gonna be able to trade the players or if I don't even think the players got faith in the organization. I think they just that confident in themselves as players to go out there and just play, and that's it. So they just win games because of shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to put them, but the Knicks, they go find some way to get in there. Brunson, I just
so you got them at 8.
Him. Yeah, I got them at 8. Atlanta, I'm gonna put Atlanta at 9. I think the last like 5 to 7, maybe 8 games, if it's gonna get close, they just gonna have a quick little run. Trade gonna be trading, and they gonna find a way to get in that play-in type of situation. And then my 10 is gonna be Washington, because I just think it's gonna be a one-on-one, then one-on-one. Poole gonna have 60. He gonna have some 60-point games this year because I think in his mind, whether we believe it or not, we agree with it or not, I think in his mind, he probably thought the Warriors hold him back with his game. So he gonna go out there really to showcase his game, and they gonna let him do whatever the fuck he want to do. And he
he looked good the other night.
I'm just saying, and he gonna shoot 25 shots a game.
He has some. I was like, he got that move too.
Yeah, and he got Kyle Kuzma on there, and Kyle Kuzma. If people ever pay attention to how he played, he gonna be like, this motherfucker think he better than me. Then he gonna try to go out there and show it. He gonna do some dumb shit, but he gonna throw up a lot of shots. And then Poole go like he think he better than me. He gonna throw a bunch of shots.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be just 2 players that play similar. One is just, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more crafty than the other, but they both got.
I'm not sure how all of this explanation lands them as a 10th team in the East. That's
gonna
what I'm trying to figure out.
And the East, who else gonna be that Bulls suck? Maybe Orlando. I can give Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can sneak up in there. But besides that, I'm just gonna go off who I think gonna score a lot more. I'm just saying. I just think who gonna score the most, and I'm gonna go off that because
that's right.
But 10 is. I don't give a fuck who you put.
I ain't gonna kill you too much for the 10th team.
We can put us in 10. I'm just saying we can put us in 10. It's an argument for us.
In the East,
it's an argument for us. So I ain't trying to hear that. They 10 after 8 don't really mean nothing to me this year. Well, I won't say that because Knicks, Atlanta, and Washington.
Because Miami could be there again.
Yeah, no, Miami, I don't think I'll be there this year. But if they are, that suck for them 3 I just named because their ass is gone. So the play ain't gonna really matter for the East. I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't know. The 10 just suck. I don't throw whoever you want.
All right,
shit. Maybe I.
This is what I got. So I agree with you guys in the top 2. I got Bucks finishing 1, Celtics finishing 2. I've got the Cavs 3.
Here we go.
I think they're going to be big regular season team. I think they'll stack a lot of wins. They're young. They should be able to play a lot of their impact players should be able to play a lot of games. I got the Heat at 4 instead of 5. But I think for basically the same reasons you guys are saying, key players are going to miss too many games. They're not going to be the regular season darling, which is fine. I got the Sixers at 5. I disagree that I think James Harden is gone. I think he's going to basically just not show up until he gets out of there. Now, I don't know if it's a trade or if it ends up being a buyout or whatever, but I think it ends in a divorce from Philly.
A buyout.
And I think that's going to end up just kind of messing with their wins in the early part of the season. So I have the Knicks, and I almost put the Knicks at 5 and Sixers at 6, but I got the Knicks at 6. I think Brunson and Randall will win them a lot of regular season games. Nets, I have at 7. So we're close there, Devion. I think you said you had them at 6. I got them at 7, first play-in team. I like the moves they got. I think they do have the potential to get to 6, even 5, maybe even 4, depending on what version of Ben Simmons we get. I think a lot of people forget that Ben Simmons is on that team.
He look good.
Yeah, I mean, if he's playing, like that's a really good player. So at 8, I have the Magic. If you look at the last 41 games of last year, the Magic were actually a very, very good team. They played really good defense. Paulo kind of figured out how to score.
Big, man.
Yeah, they have a lot of versatility within that team. Yeah. So I think that they are. I think
their whole lineup 6'7" and up, bro.
Yeah, right.
Besides the point guard, what's the Suggs? Besides Suggs, everybody's 6'7".
Play like he's 6'7", sure.
Yeah, so like I really like how they've put that team together. I don't think they're quite ready for a like contending position, but I think they're trajecting that way, and that's all really going to depend on how good Paulo becomes. I've got the Hawks at 9. I think Trae Young and DeJounte Murray win you enough games in the regular season to be in the play-in. And then I've got the Pistons at 10. I think Cade coming back from his injury, Jaden Ivey has that full season under his belt. They've made some sneaky moves, getting Wiseman. They've got Bagley. They've got some options there. So I think, it's kind of like you're saying, David. 10 it's 10. But I think
it's really who you want to see.
Exciting.
It's who we go want to see, like our underdog team. We go want to watch. That's how I look at teams.
Exactly. That's pretty much it.
And he obviously fucking Bulls. Like you could pick somebody else. Anybody besides him. Fucking Bulls. Like, come on.
Yeah, Joe, I'll tell you, I thought about the Bulls, but like, I think the Bulls blow it up.
It's gonna be tough,
bro. They are a mess right now.
They are a straight mess.
Done like that.
Like I think Vujicic gets traded. I think DeRozan gets traded. Like I think they're gonna.
Oh yeah, a lot of people go. They need to.
So yeah,
that's who I want to see. Like if DeRozan get traded, I want to see who he's gonna go to. That's the one I'm like. I want to pay attention to.
Please don't be the Lakers.
Because I'll be cool with that. Because here, it'd be a type of player we need. Go just play some defense, get a couple shots. You got to play on both ways. Like we'll get him a ring.
I've seen him on the court with LeBron in the playoffs. It don't ever look good.
Because he's playing against him.
I'm just saying.
That's why. When you play with him, it's the difference. He was playing against him, so he had to, you know what I'm saying, had to put a little tick on his career.
You know who would be an interesting team if he did get dealt to? The Nets. They kind of need a star. Like, I don't know if Mikal Bridges can quite be that guy.
He was going to say Miami, bro.
I knew he was going to say Miami.
We got Jimmy. All right. Like, I don't need another.
Y'all want everybody, though. Y'all want everybody, so.
Now, if they end up wanting to move LaVine can come.
See,
I don't need DeRozan. He's too similar. He's too similar to Jimmy in terms of skill set.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I think the Nets would be really interesting.
He already thought about it, see. Nets would be interesting.
Think about everything.
Nets would be cool. I would like to see
a star who's been there. Yeah, that's the one thing they don't have.
Ain't no pressure.
And then they would have three. They would have 3 guys that are like 6'8" and above that can guard basically 1 through 4 with Bridges, DeRozan, Simmons. So that would be an interesting combination of players there.
With Bridges,
not a ton of shooting, but
Bridges is the only person who gonna be expected to take the last shot. Besides that, nobody else gonna really care offensively. They just gonna get their shots when they can, like for real shit. So it ain't no bad look.
Johnson too. It's another tall lanky guy that can defend.
I mean,
but
Simmons.
All right, said that. All right, let's move to the West.
He can't take a
West. To the West.
He said. He just went crazy.
Too early for this, Joe. All right, Joe. Give me your West. Give me your West standings. 1 through 10.
I'm gonna give them their respect. I'm gonna put the Nuggets up there. I just think they lost a couple pieces, but I thought the core of their pieces are still there. So they're gonna be in the groove. Jokic's gonna come in, just get back to work like he does. It just worked to him, so he's gonna do what he does. 2, I'm gonna put the Suns second because all the pieces they added. I think it's gonna take them a little bit early, just because they just got so many pieces recently. But I think that offense is just so dynamic and so many people. I know there's only one ball, but man, anybody can score 35 any given night. So I'm gonna give it to the Suns. 3rd, I'm going to give it to the Thunder. The Thunder are going to be my Kings this year. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people and go on a big run, win some games. We saw them go on big runs and win streaks without Chris Paul. We saw them do it last year, win 12 games in a row. So we know they can do it. So I'm gonna put them up there, surprise people. If Chet can stay healthy, this is all dependent on health because there's just too many weapons for Shea to dish the ball to and do what he does. And defensively, they there. So I'm gonna give it to them. Fourth, I'm putting the Lakers, and it's all on health, obviously, and Anthony Davis being the number one option. I like what they did, the pieces that they added. The Lakers actually went out there and looked like they were putting pieces around LeBron to actually try to win and not just grab names. So I'm gonna take the Lakers. Fifth, I'll put Golden State Warriors. I think it's gonna take them a little bit to build with Chris Paul, but eventually this will click. They'll make things happen. I ain't saying they're gonna look great, but they'll be good enough. 6, I'll put the Clippers because I think they'll be a little bit healthier than they were last year. I think Russ will have a good year. I think Paul George is gonna have a good year. Kawhi the question mark, but I think he's gonna play more this year with that load management rule. 7th, I'll put the Kings. I think that offense, people are gonna catch up to that offense. They'll figure it out a little bit. They'll be able to slow it down, so the Kings won't win as many games. Then 8th, I'm gonna put Memphis. Before the show, I would have probably put Memphis earlier, but higher. But with the Steven Adams injury, and then Ja Morant missing 25 games, I think it's just gonna be hard for them to catch up. But they good enough to still make the playoffs. 9, I'll put the Mavs. I just think it's dysfunctional. They didn't really go out there and find pieces that meld with Luka and Kyrie. They really just said, we're going to tank the season and then do nothing in the offseason and just come back and try to see what happens. Then 10, I'm putting the T-Wolves. And I like Anthony Edwards a lot. I think he's a top 10 player in the league. But Rudy Gobert.
Well, actually, you don't.
And Karl Anthony Towns. Well, oh yeah, I did. He had him like 11, 12, whatever. He up there. He's gonna be by the end of the season. That top 10 was going into the season. By the end of the season, he'd be there. But anyway, Rudy Gobert, the Karl Anthony Towns situation is dysfunctional. Karl Anthony Towns will probably get traded, and that's gonna change the whole offense around. It's just gonna take them a while to get some wins. But I'm gonna respect them. They'll probably make the playoffs and scare somebody in the play-in or in the first split. I just think that the whole dysfunction there with the two bigs with Ant was going to hold Karl Anthony. I mean, it's going to hold.
You got a fairly notable team, in my opinion, that you don't have in your top 10. But all right,
who's Devion?
We'll see.
I'll get there.
Denver. Yeah, Denver's just gonna be Denver. They're gonna be good enough to be top 1 or 2. Suns. That's the one I think that can really take the number 1 seed, but I just need to see like 15 games first, like 10, 15 games to see how they gonna really structure 1, 2, and 3. Like the third spot is the one I'm really gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Like how they gonna do it and how they gonna like distribute all those shots, because each one of them, the 3 players could take 25 a piece, and you can't get mad about it. It's just who's gonna take the most shots and who's go, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing if they figure it out faster, they can easily jump up to the number 1. But I got 2. I got Kings 3. Like I know they probably will figure them out, but it's hard to, even if you try to figure a team like that out, they got a fucking motor. And they gonna tire a lot of teams out. Everybody not gonna go out there and play like
every night
like that every night. And De'Aaron Fox in the fourth quarter, he gonna put it, especially like I'm just betting on him from last year. Like I think he gassed himself out a little bit. So I think this year when the fourth quarter comes,
I mean, it's worth noting he played that game 7 with a broken finger on his shooting.
Yeah.
And that might go differently if he doesn't break his finger.
And then exactly, I think they fuck around and win, but his mentality, but a player like him, you know, that's gonna piss him off. Even I got a broken finger, I still should have won that. So I think that's gonna carry over to this season. And I think a lot of people, he gonna win a lot more respect from people after this season. So the Warriors, I got them for Chris Paul. Like I know a lot of people, I don't really care for him at this point in his career, I'll be honest with you, but the younger players, he's gonna have such a big impact. It's just hard to overlook like what he did with OKC. Like nobody fucking cared about them, and he made people pay attention to him. And to today, we still talking about him. So if you get a player like him, I don't think he should start That's just my opinion. I think he should be coming off the bench. He should be 6 man coming off the bench and really, play. Man? Yeah, I think he should be. I think he should be 6 man because I think he can play. You know what I'm saying? You can play a lot with the starters, but start off the second, team, get them going. So when everybody else stars go over there, go on the bench, you come over here and you keep the same momentum going. And I think that's gonna carry him further than versus just catering to his ego and having him start because he Chris Paul. So I think that'll win them more games.
You got them 4?
I got them 4, and it hurt to say that, but that move is crucial. Like that was crucial. So I got I think I'm being a fan. I don't even like this team, but I'm gonna put the Clippers 5 because Westbrook was just a dog at the end of the season. They dogged him in the top 100, and I think they played him. I think that's gonna piss him off. PG pissed off, so I'm not gonna, it just depends on what we get. But I think Kawhi actually is going to play this year. So if he plays, they worth talking about a little bit.
Dangerous.
So you know what I'm saying? So I think you got 2 of your 3 best players on there that got something to prove, and they piss off that people disrespecting them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's gonna translate over. I ain't off the Westbrook bandwagon. PG, I'm still like PG used to be one of my favorite players. I'm still like, because I get disappointed every year when I think he gonna be cold and he just find a way to just fall off the map. So, but I think that'd be enough 5. Lakers gonna be 6, and I ain't saying that with confidence. Like for real, because it's just so many factors that come in that. Because like LeBron still gonna be LeBron, but we want AD to be that guy, and it's if he chooses to take that role, and if he don't take that role, I just think you need to get rid of him. But we got a lot of good pickups in the offseason that really will, you know what I'm saying? Like where specifically him, where he fucks up. The other ones can like, all right, we'll have Gabe go shoot his 3. It'll take some of that pressure off him, and the media might not beat him up so much because our role players, like we did a good job of filling a role spot. But we gonna be a mess. Like, and we gonna get 6 towards the end of the season. Watch. We gonna be like floating around that 9-10 until like the end of the season. Damn. I'm serious because I just think bro, what have we done that's like real shit? Like, what have we really done? We got some good pickups, but like as a fan and you watching them, what have they really done?
Austin Reeves. What do you mean?
Anthony Davis went to some type of training. I don't know.
Joe, you had the Lakers at 3.
I don't know. I had them at 4.
You had the Lakers at 4.
Hey, bro,
you put him at 6, Devion?
I got him at 6, bro. I don't at 4. If you,
give me your playing teams. Give me your playing teams then.
7, OKC. Think Shaq gonna be a dog, and Chet, he gonna go for rookie of the year. So it's gonna be like you got a bunch of dogs on that team, so you can't. You got to guard all of them.
That's fair.
And Dort, I don't think he gonna play as much as Chet towards the end of the season, but he gonna go out there and be a baby Draymond. So he gonna come in when he needs to come in. I got San Antonio being 8. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like because I don't pay attention to them like how San Antonio. You ever pay attention like they patterns? They could be number 10 last year, but none of that matters. All they need is one decent player, and that player to pay attention to have faith in Pop. They could be a playoff team. So I don't think they're gonna be like high up there, but I think they're gonna sneak in. Minnesota, Minnesota is Anthony Edwards. I just think he's a dog. I just think the organization don't know what to do with him. You know what I'm saying? If they get rid of Cat, I might change my tune. If they go trade Cat or Rudy, you know what I'm saying, and get somebody else around.
They will, but it's gonna be halfway through the season. That's gonna be
and I think it's gonna be too late. And it's hurt to say this because Memphis, like I think it's gonna be the Mavs number 10. Because I think Memphis, like that, Steven Adams injury, and John not playing for 25 games. But it's because John not playing for 25 games, and then you don't got Adams there, and Adams is like a very crucial part of your offense. And he that one vet who gonna go out there do all the dirty work, and he done for the season. You can't replace him. True. Like for what he does for the team, it's hard to get a player to replace him. Ja go come back and be Ja, but it's gonna be too late because the other teams right there.
And then he can't get hurt.
He can't get
hurt. So wait a minute.
Can't get in trouble.
Joe can't get hurt.
Can't get in trouble again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this year is just like like the way it unfolded is just like he might fuck around, just be, dang, John. All right. You know what I'm saying?
I might be the crazy one. I might be
the crazy one. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. So I'm crazy because I left the Pelicans off, but this man taking Memphis. He missed the Mavs and the Pelicans.
I didn't put the Pelicans in there because I don't like Zion's health.
So who did I miss?
No, I'm saying Zion.
The Pelicans was the team. That was the team. I was like, maybe I'm the crazy.
I was fucking with you. I knew he was talking about.
And he took the Mavs off.
I don't think.
Or Memphis. No, he took Memphis off.
Man, you got two of the most important players ain't playing.
You right. I'm just saying.
And so look, I will put Pelicans on there if I knew Zion would play the whole year. But I don't know that.
Me too.
That's my whole thing. Like, I don't know if he's gonna play. So it's like I think they still could be 9 and 10. Like that 9 through 10 spot is up for grabs, but it's based on health.
But is he gonna
and
play?
If I'm looking at patterns, it's like Zion might fuck around, not even be there by the end of the season. If he gets hurt again, they might trade him off. Like they might not want to, but like what can you do with a player who's not playing?
Go the whole thing up.
Yeah, so you know.
So I'll give you my list. We are all consistent in our 1-2 for both conferences. Yeah. We got Nuggets 1, Suns 2. I agree with I think it was you, Devion, saying the Suns do have the capabilities of getting to 1 because I really like how they used Portland's ineptitude to fill out their roster. So I mean they
this boy's still salty. Let it go. God damn, bro. Let it go.
Nobody wanted DeAndre.
Y'all didn't get nobody. Pat Riley been lying to y'all for 3 years. It's okay. Y'all got Victor Oladipo. That was your biggest free agent acquisition. Congratulations. Let it go.
Take a breath.
Let it go.
Take a breath.
Damn.
This has nothing to do with the Heat side of the trade, because if you paid attention, DeAndre Ayton was going no matter what. So the Suns package was pretty much already wrapped up no matter where Dame went. The only piece that really mattered was, like they got like one role player that was not from Portland, right? Like and that was Grayson Allen.
Which they thought was better.
Yeah, and that was Grayson Allen. So I don't know. Like that's not really what I'm mostly worried about. I'm worried about everything else that they got for DeAndre Ayton, who
Grayson
nobody
Allen got a
else
ring.
wanted. Grayson Allen does not have a ring. He was not on that Bucks team that won. So I got Nuggets
he
1,
he got drafted
Suns
after they won.
2. He got drafted, but he was still in Utah.
He was with Memphis, Utah, right?
He started in Utah, which really fit. Yeah, that personality really fits with Utah. Just throw that out there. So Nuggets 1, Suns 2. I agree with Devion. I got the Kings 3. Joe, like I think I don't know. I don't really know about people catching up to that offense in the regular season. Like I don't know that I buy that. De'Aaron Fox is he's a pretty unique player. Like he's a unique player to really defend because he's so fast with the ball in his hands. Like there's just not really another player in the league that's like him.
It's like chasing Natu in the gym for 3 hours.
But facts.
Good luck.
So I will say this: my 4th pick. I am banking on about 60 games of Zion, but I got the Pelicans 4. Ooh. I think you guys forget that they were actually in the play-in and like doing well last year, despite Brandon Ingram also missing a bunch of time. So I think, while I can't promise a healthy Zion, I think a healthy BI and CJ McCollum, I don't think that's crazy to think is going to happen. So I think
Steve Kerr.
I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. I'm not gonna lie. I really hope you're right because I like to see them win, but it's just they just got so much
There's a lot of what ifs there. With Zion is the big question mark, and if they don't get Zion, then yeah, that's going to be tough.
And then Ingram, I forgot. Like Ingram got played by Kerr, so he gonna have a fucking different battery in his back. Like, forgot about that because Kerr really played him, and he gonna come out here and give 28 points.
It's a great segue, Devion, because Steve Kerr and his team is where I got 5. I got the Warriors in 5th. I think.
Okay.
I think, like, they were a team that I really wasn't too sure what to expect from. Like, I still expect Steph to be Steph, obviously. Does Clay get moved? Like, does that happen? Like, what kind of goes on there? I'm not Clay just hasn't really looked like Clay since he came back from all those injuries. Understandably so, but I mean, that's a fairly big piece of their puzzle there. And then I don't know. I might be a little salty.
Like to the bench, or are you talking about traded?
He ain't gonna
either. Either. I think there's a
possibility. If he gets traded, Draymond going too. Draymond going to leave.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
I don't think so. I think the hang up with Clay is the contract. Like, I think he still wants to be paid like he's one of them, like top 5 shooting guards, and he's just not that anymore. But moving on from 5th, I got the Lakers at 6. So I agree with Devion.
Dysfunctional family.
Haters.
No, it's not even that. It's more. I view the Lakers in a similar fashion that I view my Heat. Their best players are going to miss games, so their record, like when we get to the playoffs, the Lakers would not be like the 6th team in the West in my power rankings. Like they would be closer to the top. But I don't think they're going to stack the regular season wins because LeBron's going to miss his time. AD is going to miss his time, and then he's going to have games where he might as well have just sat out. So I just don't know how much to trust there. I do like the addition of Gabe Vincent. He will be dearly missed in Miami, and I think he fits what the Lakers do really, really well. So I think that was a really good pickup. But yeah, I just think their stars are going to miss too many games to be in the top 3. I have the Thunder 7, and they're a team that I could see getting all the way up to as high as 3, depending on how all those young pieces mesh together. I think there's going to be a figuring out time there. I don't think there's quite a natural fit, as much of a natural fit as some of the other younger teams have had. Like when the Grizzlies jumped, like all those pieces fit together very naturally. The Pelicans pieces fit together very naturally, like when they were sitting at 2 for the good chunk of the beginning of last season. Like those players just really fit. Giddey and SGA both need the ball in their hands. Like Giddey's not much of a player without the ball. He's a distributor. He's a Rubio and Rondo type player versus, SGA is not much of a catch and shoot guy. He's a create himself. So, and then how does Chet fit into all that? So I think it's going to take a little time to figure all that out. I've got the Grizzlies at 8. I'm closer to where Joe's at with the Grizzlies and you, Devion. I think they'll be good enough because remember, they have
Desmond Bain
for whatever reason,
they won games. They
are able to. They have a great record without Ja. So now I think that's going to regress a little bit.
Rose.
I think it's going to regress a little bit. Like I think they will probably be maybe a little above 500 without Ja. Those first 25 games, like maybe 15-10, something like that. And I think when Ja comes back, they'll still win a good amount of games, but not to the heights that we're used to seeing them these last couple of years.
Adams, no playoffs.
I don't buy him being that important. I think you can replace.
He's the only person. Like he's the only player. Like you can't replace him for what he does for the team. And I'm not saying he's that good. It's just like what he does.
But he fits that role.
Yeah, that's why I'm just.
No, I mean like tough centers like that do all the dirty work. They're not sitting as free agents right now. So
shit, they might bring in Dwight Howard. Fuck it, like bring in Dwight Howard. That might save him a little bit.
It's not a bad.
I'm just being real.
You can't have Dwight Howard around them knuckleheads, bro.
Dwight Howard ain't the Orlando.
Hey, you know what? Ja might need a little Dwight Howard. He might need a little goofiness added to his life, and not somebody that's gonna make Ja think he's some gangster.
That's
just focus on being a good basketball player.
Be a clown.
White to the
be goofy. So I'm much lower on this team.
White people love a goofy nigga.
I got the Clippers at 9.
What was you saying?
I got the Clippers at 9.
Yeah.
I don't buy the hype at all. I love Russ, Devion. but I don't love the fit.
You got the Clippers at 9. Damn.
I don't see it with them. Y'all talk about me wishing upon a star for health with Zion. That's damn near their entire fucking team that you got to wish upon a star for them to be healthy. So, yeah, I mean, I'll put them at 9. And I was flirting here. It was going to a Texas team for sure. I'm gonna go Mavericks.
Yeah, go ahead. Say it. Let me just say it. Go say it.
I did almost put the Spurs there though. I
thought you were gonna say Rockets.
Absolutely
no.
not.
Spurs gonna be better than Mavericks. Spurs gonna have a higher
Spurs
seed.
Gonna be decent.
I'm not gonna say like at the end of the season they might be a better team than them, but they gonna probably have a better record than them. Mavs just like it's just
Jason Kidd, the coach.
Yeah, it's just like we not big on that Luka train. We think Luka cold, but it's just like what the okay. He's
seen this before.
Euro James.
Seen it before. Exactly.
That's it. We've seen this before, but he ain't as impactful as like how James Harden. Like we could talk shit about James Harden, but when James Harden had his own team, it's like you couldn't stop him.
30 like every
Luka,
night.
Yep. I mean, you at least knew he's gonna get you the regular season wins. Like Luka don't even necessarily guarantee you that. But we'll see. I mean, I think him and Kyrie together, they'll have figured some things out. So I don't expect them to miss the playoffs again, but
Kyrie a dog. So it's hard to bet against him. It's just Luka.
It's not that hard for me, but
well, we know why.
Kyrie without LeBron has left a lot to be desired.
That's fair.
Like that. Kyrie without LeBron has left a lot to be desired. But the moment everyone's been waiting for, fellas,
I bet
we
you
get to tell everybody he fit really well with the Heat. Skill set wise, at least. NBA champion prediction. So what I need from you guys is who is going to play who in the NBA Finals, and then who is going to win. I'll spare you telling me how many games at this point, since we are only in October. Joe, start us off.
I'm taking the Suns out of the West, and that's mainly because at the end of the day, who you gonna guard? Okay, Nuggets, I'll give you your respect, but Aaron Gordon, who you locking down on the Suns? You're not locking down all 3 of them. So I'm gonna give it to the Suns out the West. In the East, I'm taking the Bucks. I think Giannis is on a tour to show that he's the most dominant player in the world, and he kind of pissed off. And Giannis is usually a joyful, gleeful guy. A pissed off Giannis sounds scary to me, so I'll take the Bucks out coming out the East. Suns, Bucks win the whole thing.
Dang! So we get the rematch, and the Bucks win again. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't hate that. Devion?
So what? NBA Finals, Suns, Bucks. So, I think Suns go end up like I don't know. I just seen like Suns. I think Suns go be able to outscore Denver, and I think Denver, like they gave up some more crucial pieces than what they probably realized they did, unless they made some type of moves throughout the season. I think the Suns literally went and got everything they needed to overcome that. Because with Bradley Beal, like, people was like, oh, KD and Book, only people scoring now. What's your answer for Beal now when he comes to the playoffs? Because he go show up and he can get you 40.
It's a sick world when your third scorer has at one point averaged 30 in the league.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like what can and they got rid of all the problematic pieces. I think that was holding them back, all the crybabies. So now they got people on there who just want to win, and they don't care about who's 1, who's 2. The Book is probably gonna be the go-to player at the end of the year, like as he should. But I don't think the other 2 gonna care. I think they gonna go out there and they trying to win games and win championships. And I think, man, you gave Giannis, like you gave Giannis Dame, and I still remember what Dame did with LaMarcus Aldridge. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen what he does with big men who are a little bit more versatile, but you got Giannis now. Like that's a huge step up. You and McCollum was winning games, so he might not be crafty like that, but he's unstoppable like that, and he got the size of LaMarcus Aldridge. So it's like what can you do with him so you can't double team him. I just think that's a match made in heaven. But I think Milwaukee go edge them out. If they both are healthy.
You guys are both Suns Bucks with the Bucks winning.
Yeah, I think if they healthy, I think both teams healthy. I think Milwaukee go edge them. But I say this, I think it's gonna go 7 games. Like, I don't think it's no walking apart. I say that I'm probably gonna ride that the whole time, 6-7 games.
No.
It ain't gonna be no walking apart because KD still did lose to Giannis a couple years ago, and I think he's still sour about that. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I think he's still sour about it because he's still taking little shots at him and all that. So that might play in down the line, and he think Giannis ain't better than me. And Giannis gonna go out there and was like, KD, you're not better than me. He'll give him 50. So it's gonna be, I would love to see that.
I mean, I would really love to be, way different, but to me, it's Suns and Bucks. I think those are the two teams. I'm in the minority that doesn't love what the Celtics did this offseason. I obviously love Jrue Holiday, but I really don't understand the Porzingis move. I really don't understand, are they going to change their offense or not? That's what I really need to see. If they change their offense, then I might flip by the time we get to the playoffs and go Celtics. But I don't think they will at this point. So until I see it, I'm not gonna bank on it. The Bucks, to me, like the last few years, have been talent-wise the best team in the East consistently. So I don't know that this move really made them much better. I think they're just different. Like, they're just really, really good in a different way now, and I think that's going to be a good thing for them. I think this different will play a little better in the playoffs than what they previously had. So I got the Bucks making it. My only slight variations, I got the Suns winning. I got the Suns beating the Bucks in the playoffs, and I think a lot of that is on the versatility of the Suns. The Bucks are going to win basically one way. I think the Suns can beat you in a multitude of ways, and I think that will play well in the finals. I think in terms of being able to make adjustments, the Suns will have some people to throw at Giannis and make things tougher without having to help a ton. And I think, and I'm gonna keep plugging it. Am I a little biased here? Absolutely. But I said it when they made the trade initially for Beal, that the sneaky piece that people don't even probably realize happened. But Jordan Goodwin is going to end up being a crucial role player for them, and I think he's going to be a defensive guy that they're going to be able to throw at a finals. They're going to be able to throw him at Dame. He's big. He's bigger than Dame. And I think he's going to be able to give him problems, and I think that's going to really allow them to do some things against Giannis and basically just leave Goodwin on an island. Shout out to my Billiken.
It sound like the way that when the Lakers won, when they had Dwight play one series that he didn't play the next, it just seemed like that might be their strategy, and they got the pieces for it. Like, you don't got to play all them players every night. Like that,
I think you guys said I think the key thing with the Suns this year is they got rid of the bitchers, right? Like, they got rid of the people that were gonna bitch and complain about their role. That now they've just got people that want to win,
who's just gonna ball,
right? The stars know who the stars are, and the role players know that they're role players, and I think that's gonna be key for them. So that wraps it up, fellas. Season preview. But you know how we end the show. We choose love. We choose violence. Joe, what you got, birthday boy?
I don't got nothing, man. I'm vibing. I don't have no hate. I don't have no love.
Fuck it, I'll go. Look, I'll give you some.
I got nothing. I got shit for real.
I got you.
Devion, go for it.
I want to give some hate, but I'm gonna give a little bit of love.
Boy, got too excited to give that hate.
He's right. I want to know who this is.
Like, why they do Shannon Sharp like makeup like that? Like, they got this boy out here like real shit.
That boy had lipstick on. Yes,
man, that boy looks
what the fuck?
Look like a funeral director for real. Like, it's like
he looked like Whoopi Goldberg.
Man, they had him in like Madea.
That man looked like a vampire.
Yeah, he looked like one of them funeral director church niggas that came in there that's like them sassy niggas, them old sassy niggas. that'll squeeze your hand real hard
bro.
Because you disrespect them. They do it on the low. It's like, boy, don't ever disrespect me like that for everybody. Like, why they do him like that, man? And the whole team, man, and they talking about something. Ain't nobody too motherfucking busy. How do you miss that? I think that's just like.
I'd have been like, take that shit off before you go out there.
Man, you heard me? I'm like,
nobody.
Your makeup off. Take all of it off. Take all of it off. Ain't no way. And he dark. Like, God. Man, he a dark skinned nigga. Come on, bro. Like, well, he was.
Hey, he don't need no lip gloss. Shout out to Shannon for not absolutely like killing whoever did his makeup. He was very nice to that
man.
person.
That boy went from dark skin to my color. Like, he literally got to my shade. Like, that's crazy. But that's why I was like, I'll give him a little bit of love, because it's like maybe that person.
She gonna get better.
Yeah,
she
didn't know how to deal with his stuff, and he didn't kill her on that, which he shouldn't kill her.
No, fuck that. No, ESPN should have some people who know how to do black people's skin.
Yeah, but
that's the real problem.
But
that's the real problem.
Team should have.
They no black makeup lady there.
Yeah, man.
You ain't got no black makeup lady.
Facts. Like, they team.
Ain't no way a black woman was gonna let him go on TV looking like that.
Man, you heard me. Like,
I'd have been playing Prince music. I'd have been playing all kind of stuff every time I saw him.
Boy, you heard me when Doves.
Lil Richard, like what the fuck going on with you, bro?
that's who he looked like. I couldn't think that's who it was, Lil Richard. I could not think Tutti Frutti.
Exactly what he looked like. He looked like Lil Richard on the Martin episode where he was looking for the mouse. That's what he looked like.
Oh my God. Like, shout out to Shannon, bro. He got class, bro, because I bet she don't fuck up no more. And when she does his makeup this time, he probably gonna go on her. I was like, see, she got it right. And you know what I'm saying? He gonna help save her career, because anybody else, her ass might be grass. You hear me? Like, one mistake is one too many for some people. But hey, shout out at least saying Lil Rich.
That's good.
Lil Rich. That's good.
All right, I'm choosing love. I'm choosing love. Shit. And I'm giving it to the Las Vegas Aces back-to-back champions of the WNBA. A'ja Wilson with the Finals MVP. After all them Liberty folks were talking all that noise in the preseason, during the season about Breonna Stewart coming over and everything, yeah, got her ass locked the fuck up in the finals. Closeout game going 3 of 17. Get the fuck out of here. We know who the best player in the WNBA is. Her name is A'ja Wilson. No more debate. Don't need no more commentary about it. So shout out to them Aces winning back-to-back in the Liberty's house in New York. That Knicks stuff might be contagious, Devion. That's what I'm starting to think. Damn. That Knicks stuff might be contagious. Too close.
He ain't listening. You start talking women's sports, he went straight down to his phone. He ain't listening.
I'm just saying.
I just started thinking about it.
When the last time New York won anything?
When Breonna Stewart ever choked before? When she was in Seattle, she ain't never choked. She gets a little close to
New York don't win shit.
It's
and that Knicks stuff started rubbing off.
I'm telling you, it's New York. Like, when the last time they've won like any sport? Like when was the last time?
2009 Yankees.
2011 or 12 Giants. Even though they're technically New Jersey, but they say New York.
Yeah. Come on, yeah.
No, that don't count.
That's Queens. That's all Bronx and Queens and people like them.
That don't count.
Because it's like, I'm just, hey, I like New York. I used to live there. I love New York, but they can't win fashion. If you talk about some fashion or some finances.
Hey, it is what it is.
I think that's a good way to
New York basketball always sucks.